3 races, 3 different tracks, 3 wins. Tyler Reddick has done something that no NASCAR Cup Series driver has done since 1948, won the opening 3 races of a season. And this Sunday at Phoenix Raceway, he has the chance to do something that has never been done in the modern era of NASCAR at all. 4 straight wins to open a season. Not Richard Petty, not Dale Earnhardt, not Jeff Gordon. Nobody has ever done it. And the most uncomfortable part for the rest of the garage? The numbers suggest Phoenix should stop him cold, and yet nobody feels confident betting against him right now. Let's start with the streak itself, because the way each of these 3 victories happened makes the whole thing even more extraordinary. Daytona was a last-lap surge past Chase Elliott, the kind of chaotic, opportunistic superspeedway move that requires equal measures of bravery and timing. Atlanta was a battered number 45. Toyota, with a missing right front fender, somehow surviving drafting chaos to reach victory lane a second time. And COTA was the most controlled, dominant win of the 3 58 laps led out of 95. 3 completely different disciplines, 3 completely different skill sets, same driver, same result. His co-owner, Denny Hamlin, put the statistical absurdity of it into words better than anyone. That's why I'm confident in it not happening again in my lifetime, because of the randomness factor of those races. Defying odds, that's for sure. I don't know if you parlayed all your winnings from the first week, second week, third week, what you'd have. I'm sure someone has figured that out. But it would be a big number. And his teammate Bubba Wallace, greeting him after the COTA checkered flag with a hug, delivered the line of the entire season so far. I'm about tired of you freaking winning. But now comes the hard part. Because Phoenix Raceway is not Daytona. It is not Atlanta. It is not COTA. It is a low-banked, flat, abrasive, 1-mile oval that has historically been one of the most brutally unforgiving circuits on the entire Cup schedule when it comes to exposing the gaps between front-running machinery and everyone else. And Tyler Reddick's history at this specific track is, to put it bluntly, not good. His average finish at Phoenix is 17.8 across his career. His last 2 results there were 26th last November in the championship finale and 20th last March in the spring race. He has a single top 5 at Phoenix, a 3rd place in March 2023. The betting markets are treating him as an outsider at plus 1100 odds at DraftKings, sitting well behind the joint favorites Ryan Blaney and Denny Hamlin. The data is screaming that the streak ends Sunday. And yet, NASCAR.com's power rankings analyst Pat DeCola, while acknowledging the uphill nature of the task, pointed out one detail that deserves attention. Over the last 4 spring races at Phoenix, Reddick actually has a 9.0 average finish, not 17.8, 9. That number tells you the championship finale version of Phoenix, held in autumn, with cooler temperatures and a different tire compound allocation, has historically given him more trouble than the spring event. This is the spring event. The streak may have more life in it than the career average suggests. Reddick himself has been remarkably honest about where he stands heading into Sunday. Asked point blank whether 4 straight wins was possible, his answer carried the confidence of a man who has been defying probability for 3 weeks straight. At Phoenix, we're probably not as strong as the other places we've been, and if we're running well, we might fight for a top 10, but that doesn't mean we can't pull it off either. I think if you would have asked me what our odds were of winning at Daytona, then Atlanta, and then COTA, it would have been some pretty long odds. He also revealed the unusual source of motivation that has been sitting underneath everything he has done since January the 2026 NASCAR Hall of Fame. I was able to go to this year's Hall of Fame inductions, he said. I got to see former 2311 driver Kurt Busch inducted, Harry Gant, a number of other guys, Ray Hendrick. Seeing Harry Gant up there talking about his stretch mister, September, I don't know if it had anything to do with it, but just seeing him talk about that run he had there, it's just so cool. Harry Gant won 4 consecutive races in September 1991, Darlington, Richmond, Dover, and Martinsville. He became Mr. September. If Reddick wins on Sunday at Phoenix, he ties that record. And unlike Gant's 4 wins, which came across the middle of a season, Reddick would have done it in the first 4 races of the year. Nobody in the sport knows how to process that. And Michael Jordan is going to be there to watch it, or at least Reddick is doing everything he can to make sure he is. "He shows up and shows out," Reddick said of his co-owner. "He does so much behind the scenes to help our team. It means so much to have an owner like him." Jordan already showed up at COTA for win number 3, and Reddick told PRN he plans to try to convince him to make the trip west to Phoenix too. A Hall of Fame basketball player who built his entire legacy on making the impossible seem routine, sitting on the pit box of a driver attempting to write NASCAR history. The optics alone are going to be enormous. The man standing in Reddick's way most directly is Christopher Bell, the defending winner of the spring Phoenix race, a driver who has been outstanding at this circuit for years, and a man who desperately needs a result after crashes at both Daytona and Atlanta have left him fighting his way back up the standings. He arrives at Phoenix as the closest thing this race has to a form horse and the defending champion of this specific event. Ryan Blaney, joint favorite alongside Hamlin in the betting markets, won at Phoenix in the 2025 championship finale just 4 months ago and knows this track as well as anyone in the field. He has been consistently one of the strongest Penske drivers at the 1-mile oval across recent seasons. Denny Hamlin, co-owner of the car trying to make history but still a driver trying to win in his own right, has a 10.5 average finish across an extraordinary 41 career starts at Phoenix and arrives with extra motivation after watching his team owner wins stack up from the pit box. Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, and Joey Logano all bring strong Phoenix form into the weekend and would each be genuine contenders under normal circumstances. The extra horsepower formula, NASCAR, increased power to 750 horsepower at many tracks this season. Up from 670 horsepower in 2025, comes into play specifically at Phoenix, in a way it didn't at Daytona, Atlanta, or COTA. The added power changes the handling balance, the brake wear profile, and the tire degradation patterns in ways that teams are still working through. For 23XI Racing, whose car has shown extraordinary consistency across 3 very different scenarios, how their Toyota package adapts to Phoenix's unique demands is the central unknown heading into Sunday. The 312-lap, 312-mile, straight torque wireless 500 goes green at 3:30 p.m. Eastern on FS1, MRN, and SiriusXM NASCAR Radio. And the question that the entire sport is asking heading into this weekend is a genuinely simple one. Is Tyler Reddick the best driver in NASCAR right now, carrying the best team in the form of his life? Or has the streak simply been 3 weeks of extraordinary fortune that Phoenix's abrasive, unforgiving 1-mile oval is about to bring crashing back to earth? What do you think? Does Reddick make history with 4 straight wins at a track that has historically given him trouble? Or does the streak end in Phoenix? Who is your pick to finally stop him? Bell, Blaney, Hamlin, or someone else entirely? And is this the greatest start to a NASCAR season you have ever witnessed? Drop your predictions in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button and subscribe for more NASCAR news. I'll catch you in the next one.